Sometimes I wonder, there are people who are clicking on my video for the first time and they see a headline like, oh, this week Chris cried about the new My Little Pony. And so they click on the video and they just see me sitting here in a hat with my chair and my face is like taking up maybe half the screen. There's some bubbles in the background. And then I immediately jump into like how many days it's been since Chris last begged for money. And they might think to themselves, what is the context of this? Because they're not done with Gino Samuel's documentary, or they haven't really been caught up with Chris in the last 5 years. And so it's kind of weird to them that I'm only talking about this past week, because they don't know the context that I've been talking about the past week for 2 years. So that's probably really weird. So if you're one of those people, I apologize, and I'm going to try to put more context into the stuff that I'm talking about for new viewers, because I would like some new viewers. It has been 123 days. Hey, it's like numbers. It's like 1, 2, 3. 123 days since Chris last begged for money. 556 days since Chris last uploaded pages to meet his paid obligations to the Zonichu comic. And 4,217 days since Chris last applied for a job. Someone also asked me that they want me to update them on the last time we saw Barb, because people are worried about her life. So the quickie tells us that Barb is not dead. We last heard from her 193 days ago, which is not very reassuring. The only reason that I think that we shouldn't really be concerned about Barb not appearing in Chris's content is because we would know 100% when she died, because Chris would not be able to not tweet about it, or at the very least he'd mention it to his his IRL friends, his Discord friends, the White Knights, people like that. We would know. So her not appearing for almost 200 days is not something to be worried about. She's definitely alive, if you can call that being alive. Anyway, my name is GiBi, and this is the Chris Chen Weekly Update for the week of April 16th, 2021. What we do is we go onto Chris's Twitter, his Instagram, the Quickie, whatever has happened. Maybe we look at some of his Discord messages this week. It's only going to be Twitter because he hasn't done anything else. And then we just talk about what's happened, because some people like being caught up with Chris's recent antics. So we're going to start back on April 8th. Chris said, "Hey everyone, now is the time I can share an important bit of guidance with everyone. In regards to the popular question, will you survive the Dimension Merge / Collective Shift?" He has started calling the Dimensional Merge the Collective Shift, because he thinks that we are the collective, right? We are the souls of the universe, and we will be shifting over into the combined universe. So Dimension Merge is a little impersonal. That's about like the full substance merging together, whereas Collective Shift is more about us, the people, shifting over. So that's generally how he differentiates between what he's talking about. If he's talking about the dimension as a whole, he'll say dimensional merge. If he's talking about the people, he'll say collective shift. I guess in this case, he decided he had to use both. The answer is simple and obvious, which I shall elaborate a bit. Among those who are destined to survive and continue their lives still include those with at least one original character, under their own personal discovery. So the group of people who are going to survive the dimensional merge are people with OCs. Any fictional OC, doesn't matter if you doodled it in 2nd grade or if you're... I was about to say Stan Lee. He's dead now. He's usually Chris's go-to example of someone who has an OC would be Stan Lee. He also posted this. I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's safe for work. I don't think that's safe for work. It probably is. It's probably just like a design on her clothes. She's quite obviously wearing clothes. Raise your vibration. Focus on joy and gratitude. Stay hydrated. I agree. Stay hydrated. It's hydration time. Someone asked in my last stream why streamers and YouTubers drink out of gallon jugs of water, and it's so that we don't have to get up in the middle of recording or streaming. Spend time in nature. Take a bath with sea salt. Listen to healing frequencies. Be present. Eat raw, fresh food. Did Chris circle some of these himself? Like the ones that he thinks important? So he didn't circle take a bath with sea salt. And we gotta remember, there's a stereotype that Chris doesn't bathe. I don't know if it's still true. That's a stereotype. Eat raw, fresh foods. It's saying to eat vegetables, and it's another stereotype that Chris doesn't eat well, and so he didn't circle that one either. Meditate, deep belly breathing, journal, work with crystals. Okay, Chris does work with crystals, so maybe he didn't make this. Shake and move your body. That just makes it funnier, honestly, if he picked this not realizing. Focus on joy and gratitude. On that, there is more to it. On that topic of the people who will survive, there is more to it than just having an OC, is what he's saying. When one discovers their very first OC from our sister universe of CWC97, the OC typically is their main self counterpart. But, moreover, at that discovery moment, they begin their own respective journey or journeys in self-discovery, self-love, and enlightenment. I disagree, because Chris thinks that his OC is the Chris Chen that exists in the other universe. That was not Chris's first OC. Chris's first OC that we're really aware of was Bionic the Hedgehog. So his first OC should be his self-counterpart, and that's obviously not the case. So this does not go with Chris Chen lore as we understand it. This is not so easily achieved, but not impossible. And when looking into the OCs of the others in this universe, I have no idea what that means. Another important fact, those who have not only drawn, written, created, but who also have a vibration of energy that resonates with me or my own vibrations, those individuals have gone their extra mile in enlightenment and raising their vibrations. Rather, they know it along their journey. He's done this several times. He'll say rather instead of whether. It's just a thing. So he's saying that if you vibrate with him, it will raise your vibrations with him. That seems like it's not fair to us who don't vibrate with him. Rather they know it along their journey or not. And again, I do include the favorite brony analysts I've talked of before amongst these lovely individuals. The brony analysts are a group of bronies on YouTube who Chris really likes, and he watches all their content, and he started tweeting at them, and then the trolls who always are in Chris's replies started trolling the brony analysts, so they all blocked him, and he's mad about that. And he's been mad about that for over a year. Now, with that stated, think of if you've recently discovered/created your own OC within the past 3 years in response to my initial warnings and talks of the then upcoming Dimensional Merge collective shift. You saw something of your respective selves in that OC, thus, all of you have begun your respective paths to your enlightenments. So like in late 2018, which is around the time that Chris started talking about the Dimensional Merge, that's when I started writing my book, which has some stuff in common with Zonichu lore and Chris's inane religious ramblings, which is actually one of the reasons I became extremely interested in Christian. So I don't like this. So with that, if you have not discovered or created your own OC, there is still a good chance of surviving the Dimension Merge/collective shift for you. All you need to do is raise your vibrations in personal enlightenment, as those amongst you who are sensitive and open. You all are able to sense my rainbow aura and vibrations from my massive energy field, even through this bunch of digitized text that I personally type in elaborating this. In short, to survive for longer, you all each need to raise your vibrations and become enlightened for yourselves. If you resonate with me on the high strength levels, your chances are very high and positive. So with that digressed, meditate on that, and he posts the same picture. I love that even though he doesn't know that he's creating a cult of which there are no members, he's still just saying, like, all you need to do is worship me, you guys. Just interact with me. Just give me attention. Also, I hate that he purposefully uses the word digress now. He used to just use it a lot by accident, and then I made fun of him, and now he thinks that he is actually in on the joke. I just don't want him to be. And props to Silver Angel for providing the Raise Your Vibrations flyer from foreverconscious.com. And a shout out to MLP Silverquill, that's one of the brony analysts, of whom I will ask to relay this insight to all in his group and circles as well. Please. Thank you. Be safe and well. Alright, so there is Zonichu, or Helena, or Pikachu, whatever you want to call her. She is a comic maker who makes comics with her own Zonichu OC, and she posts them on Twitter, and Chris talks to her all the time. I don't know this Trinitas guy, but he apparently made a comic with Pikachu, as you can see. And he ats Zonichu and says, "You won't get away from me. Hello there, Pikachu. I've heard some rumors about you being a certain someone's soul match." So recently in the Pikachu lore, Pikachu has begun dating Reldnahc Natsu Turk's Zonichu form, who you'll remember from the Zonichu comics. I don't know who this green guy is. I'm guessing it's Trinitas's OC. I don't get it. I don't know why they would care. So Helena, or Pikachu, Zonichu, whatever, responds with Reldnahc looking at the green-haired guy and saying, "Got a problem, punk?" There's literally a conversation they're having over comic book, which is interesting. Holy S, it's actually you, and not the younger, hotter, sexier human version I fantasize about all night. I'm Trinitas, your biggest fan. It's great to finally meet you in person. even though you're in your hedgehog form. What do you even want? You know, just to be trained by you. Reldnahc Hataiki. I don't speak that. What? Teach me. No, I don't think I will. That's only funny if you know that when I said I don't speak that, I was referencing Star Wars, and then no, I don't think you will is an Avengers reference, and those are like big pop culture things, and nobody else is laughing besides me about this. It's not funny. Kay, I didn't expect that. Well, that leaves me with one thing. Show-off time. Pikachu, get your booty ready for some kicking your booty. Yes. Ah. Green hair guy's got some fangs. And change. So this is Reldnahc changing, I assume? Yes, because you can see the purple bra thing. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? And Pikachu says, I'll cut you. And the green hair guy's looking down and saying, where are you looking at? So this is the most recent, as far as I'm aware, post in this comic series. And Pikachu says, behave. And Chris comments and says, oh my. She is further impressed. I would be too. Reldnahc is endowed well. So you gotta remember from Zonichu lore, Reldnahc Natsume Turk is the opposite of Chris. He is everything that Chris isn't, and Chris is everything that he isn't. Whatever one person is, the other is the exact opposite. So if Chris is saying that Reldnahc is well endowed, am I out of touch in thinking that most of us have seen Chris's penis? Anyway, that's I don't know. It's just a self-own. I think it's very funny that he made his evil self counterpart well endowed when he's supposed to be the opposite of himself. How do you know that? I've seen his cock personally in both his human and Zonichu forms. D to the U to the H, dude. Why? First of all, as we learned in Zonichu issue number 8, a Zonichu penis only comes out during sex, and it requires the aid of gravity, so why would Chris have seen his Zonichu form penis? And second of all, why has he seen him naked in general? I don't understand. Now, he could just say, I know that because I'm his creator and I created him that way, but no, he's seen it. Someone posted his old video that he made on his 25th birthday, and he's saying, everyone's got to remain straight. And Chris responds, that's a bit outdated. That's very interesting, that he didn't, like, fly off the handle more about that. He was very reserved in that response, which I think is interesting. Pikachu says, oh yeah, I want sushi. I love it since I was made, but never had the chance of eating it. And Chris says, ever had duck meat, but not around Donald, Daffy, Scrooge, or Drake? I don't know who Drake Duck is. I've tried it from this place in Maryland. It's pretty good. Fortunately, we do also have the typical creatures, aside from the anthropomorphic creatures, so a couple of restaurants in Quickville offer it. Okay, yeah, so there's normal, non-anthropomorphic, non-Pokemon animals in Zonichu lore. We probably knew that already, but I don't know. It's good that it's still canon. Someone's talking about, I guess that this comic is about being on a date with Pikachu, and she's at like a fancy table, so someone's talking about, doesn't that make humans who want to be with you a zoophile, if you consider yourself an animal? And Pikachu says, oh dear, so what? I talk and can think. Doesn't that make me deserve to have human rights? Shouldn't I be allowed to love and vote like any old human? Dolphins have special rights because they're smart, right? Don't I deserve to date fellow smart people? Do dolphins have more rights than other animals? I don't think rights would be the right word, but, I don't know, maybe they're on some special, like, endangered list because they're smart? I don't think that's a thing, though. It might be. I'm totally wrong. Chris says, actually, you have every equal right. That is how it is in Quickville. All intelligent anthropomorphic animal individuals have equal rights as human in their respective countries and so on around the Earth and throughout the galaxies. You can definitely vote. Question. So Quickville is just one town. He does say throughout the whole galaxy, but the point is that Quickville is just sort of the name that we give where Zonichu lives in Dimension C197. I'm wrong. I read this wrong. I saw C197 and I read Quickville. He said C197. Okay. C197 is an entire dimension full of every fictional character that has ever lived, which means that if there is a story in which fictional creatures, non-human creatures, don't have equal rights as humans, then that story can't possibly take place in the same universe as C197, but Chris claims that all fictional stories take place there. For example, in Harry Potter, a house elf has equal intelligence as a human, but they don't have the right to vote or carry wands, and they're all slaves. So how would you how do you put that with this? Like that doesn't work with Chris saying that Harry Potter is real in his dimension, because the story clashes with what Chris just said. I mean, I don't need to tell you people that Chris's story makes no sense, but it's something that I want him to be able to answer. Genuine question. When does an OC become an official member of the other dimension? Like, do they have to be written, drawn, or published? Or is coming up with the concept alone good enough? Chris says, an OC, regardless of origin-specific timeline, universe, or dimension, including 1218 and C197, when one is discovered/created by someone in this universe, they are typically already living out their lives and situations, regardless of chronicling. So, yeah, this is something that we already knew. Chris believes that when you create a fictional character, you're actually just putting your mind into the other universe, and you're discovering that character who already exists. When their, meaning the OC's, respective individual lives or lives, when their respective life or lives, when their life is chronicled, that promotes them from being a background individual to the foreground and giving them a better sense of identity and self. Being chronicled in one universe or the other being chronicled in one universe or the other or another is not required for their existence in general. But when so, they have the ability to shape their respective personalities, identity, and lives further. That's called going from background to protag or antag. But Neptune of Planeptune is still the protag of protags, respect for identity. I'm gonna guess that that's a hyperdimension Neptunia thing. Oh, Neptunia, that makes sense. Yes, it almost certainly is, because it's called Neptunia. I don't know what that has to do with video games. I don't know anything about it. Probably should learn. I've asked one of my friends who watches anime, and he says that it's nonsense. Okay, so now this is Picchu. This is the same person who runs the Picchu account, but it's their main account, it's Helena. And they say, guess who's coming back? Work in progress, drawing, Rick and Morty. And it's a drawing, I can see Rick here, and I can't really tell what this is. Oh, it's Picchu. It's Picchu's talking to a Rick and Morty character. And Chris says, Rick and Picchu? That's a good little crossover. I wonder how long it is until Rick and Morty crosses over with Zonichu, or references Zonichu, because I guarantee that people working on that show would have heard of Zonichu. Alright, so this is a Ween running an account that's at Zonichu, and Zonichu says, how do you feel about my mother, Christine? And Picchu says, last question of the night. I admire her strength, and because of everything she went through, she is still alive. For much less, I would have ended myself, and I think we all can get through anything if she is still alive. Well done. I am late for a party. See y'all. Were we all on a date with Picchu? Is that this narrative? Everyone's dating Picchu? Is she cheating on Reldnahc? Well, tomorrow is another day. What a party. I almost got into a fight and lose. Sorry for not being friendly enough? Aren't you dressed like a... Ooh, maybe. I am half one. Well, I F anything. Yeah, that sounds like Rick. Then you are half... gay too. What did you call me? Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh, thought you called me a fascist. That was it? That's all Rick cares about? Lol. This kind of came up within the last week, but Chris is back on speaking terms with MKR, who, when Chris said that he was going to tase himself, said, hey, I'm not going to be your friend and help you anymore. So he has been talking to MKR again. She's just like, oh, so cute, Lucky Star Dance. It's a Transformers thing. This is the tweet that launched 1,000 memes. I saw this posted places that usually don't know that Chris Chan exists. Sega of Europe says, it's time to appreciate some of your amazing Sega fan art. Reply to this thread with the Sega-inspired creations you're most proud of. And Chris just says, oh, where do I begin? I just realized I have to crop out the bottom of the screen because, Sonichu penis. So Chris not only responded to this tweet, but he actually quote-tweeted it, and he's posting his favorite Sega fan art. Lots of genuine love, but guess what? We all do exist and coexist in the same universe, so there's no longer denying my species and I some video game and love. Oh, so there's no longer denying my species and I some video game and love. Some video games, maybe? So he's saying that Sega should make a Sonichu game. Sonichu's and Rose Chews and Chris Chan Sonichu. I do my own voice work at Sega, at Nintendo of America, at Sonic the Hedgehog. And so this is a mod for a Sonic... No. There is a Sonic mod game, and Chris made a mod for that game so that you can play as Zonichu. Here's some fan art. The comics covers, obviously. And countless fan arts and fanfics. Need I say more, Sega and Nintendo? Y'all have the address of our temple. No emails or distance. Invites open. Hey, Chris, remember when you thought that Nintendo contacted you and said that all you would need to do to get a Zonichu game made was make them a PowerPoint presentation? And you didn't? Yeah, but I don't know why he thinks that this is ever something that would happen. Okay, so this next thing that Chris is going to say is a reference to an old episode of South Park, where Mr. Garrison, who is gay, says the F slur, this word, and he doesn't get censored. And then another character says it, and they do get censored. And Mr. Garrison explains that when you're on television, you can only say that word if you're gay, which I don't think is a real thing, but that was the joke. And so that's what Chris is about to reference. He says, here's to everyone who can genuinely get away with a slur and not be censored. Yeah, so he thinks that South Park thing is a hard rule about reality. Lovely, awesome, and I mean that in a genuinely positive sense. So don't hate on love, winky face. This guy just responds. That's amazing. Chris says, that's right, I'm bisexual with a dash, and I went there. Krakow. Bisexual with a dash? Does he mean like there's an N dash between bi and sexual? That has to be what he means. He has to be referencing something I don't understand. So as you may remember, Chris wants My Little Pony Gen 4, which is Friendship is Magic, to continue for 5 more seasons. And he said that he saw this in a dream, in a vision, and that he actually talked to Princess Celestia, who is the ruler of Equestria, in My Little Pony. And that's not happening. Hasbro has ended that series, and they're beginning a new My Little Pony Gen 5. So this guy, Cartoon Crave, says, here's a new look at Zip, Storm, and Princess Pip Petals from the upcoming My Little Pony film. Yo, hold on. She do be holdin' that phone dough. My headcanon came true. So the ponies can use phones now. They probably already could in the last iteration. And Chris says, at Hasbro, cancel My Little Pony Gen 5 already. Please. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? 2 great SpongeBob reactions in a row. That's hilarious. Alright, so this is Courtney Project SNT. She's an artist YouTuber who does some Sonic stuff occasionally, and she redrew some of Chris's artwork, and this caught his attention, and he didn't like this, and so then somebody made a fanfic, a very long fanfic, 2 very long fanfics. One of them I did an entire reading of on my channel. You can check that out. The other one is so long that I'm not going to post it until I'm done, and it's just very long. So she has that kind of relationship with Chris, where she has unfortunately been made into a very popular fanfic where he tries to seduce her, so she doesn't really like him. She says, it's my birthday, and I've achieved my ultimate form. Fear my pink aura. And Chris says, congratulations on making an ensemble for yourself. In your photo, I sense that you did, indeed, have a pink aura around you, but also some blue for calm maintenance and grounding. Anyway, it is a great vibe and fit on and for you, Courtney. So yeah, he was originally mad about the redrawings of his characters, but now he really likes her, so... Equestria Daily says, new post, discussion, what underused Gen 4 locations and plot points could make a play in Gen 5? Chris says, ugh, can't we just stop talking about My Little Pony Gen 5 and let it get cancelled already? We need to resume My Little Pony Gen 4 for 5 more seasons. Okay, so this guy whose name I can't pronounce, Job42, or Job, says, Chris has authorized silver rounds featuring them, 99.99 pure polished silver, 1 troy ounce, and each come in a protective case. They will be made to order. It is in pre-production now and will take about 12 weeks to finish. This is a one-time run design. Is this guy legit? Okay, yeah, so this guy has like over 5,000 followers. He seems to stream stuff. Yeah, this seems legit. These rounds are being made to order. Due to unprecedented demand for silver, it will take 13 to 15 weeks for production to complete. Distribution will take additional time. Thank you for your patience and understanding. So he's selling this for $46, and it'll take maybe 4 months, and there's 60 of them in stock. So 60 of them that you can buy. Okay, so silver's actually going for $26 today. So this is less than double. There's $20 more than the price of silver without being formed into this shape with this design. All right, so this guy, Righteous for Quick, is a legitimate believer in Chris's stuff and completely insane. Like, think Jacob Sockness, but less self-aware. And he apparently made this fan art that's a combination of Zonichu and some He-Man stuff. Gibbon says, I've been feeling sick the past few weeks, and it's been difficult to work. Now I feel a bit better, but that also means I should get back to said work. So I will, in this tweet, hopefully jinx my recovery and become sick all over again and possibly die. Chris says, since you've been exploring yourself deep during your downtime, at present, your inner spark is brightly lit. Seeing the big picture in your future, you will survive and recover well to lead on, Gibbon. Okay, Chris is using his expert predicting powers that Gibbon will survive. Alright, so Chris is actually selling on his Etsy store some stones that he blessed. I have personally blessed each and every one of these stones, and the accompanying gravel has originated from the temple's driveway. The temple is what he calls his house. Here, as old as me, plus 2 years or so. So his house driveway was... The stones were laid down 2 years before he was born. So he blessed them, and he's selling them on Etsy. Let's see how much they cost. $45! Woo! Handmade stones, yep. Alright, so we got another one of Pick Choose Comics. So we have Chris saying, and this is Megan, having the memories of CPU Red Heart, which she earned while in politics. And Christine, having the Blue Heart, should reunite with her and make Purple Heart. And Zonichu says, how? And Chris says, merging, that's the best solution to everything. And the real Chris says, that does not work in more ways than one. So he's saying that the goddesses can't merge together to make a Purple Heart, and he's also saying that he will not be with Megan, which I guess is a good thing. Alright, we now arrive to the most recent Chris Chan tweet as of the recording of this video, and do you want to guess what the topic is? New post! Generation 5 My Little Pony will be the main 5 new images of Izzy, Pip, Zip, Hitch, and Sunny released. Cancel My Little Pony Gen 5 and renew My Little Pony Gen 4 for its 5 seasons already at Hasbro, please! Lightning, heart, lightning. And that is the end of the Chris Chan Weekly Update for this week. You can follow me on Twitter at GIBI_Devin. I've been streaming a lot more lately, and I have a lot of videos coming down the pipeline. I have one that I dread making. It's about somebody from my past that I would like to forget. And his Wonder Bread. And of course I'm going to be making a lot more Chris Chan videos. I've already announced this on my stream, but I will be remaking my original Absurds video about Chris Chan that goes over his entire life. Think of it as like a Geno Samuels series, but condensed down to 2 hours instead of 70 hours. So that's also going to be coming soon, so make sure you subscribe so you can see all that kind of stuff. Somebody said that they're a subscriber, and they rang the bell, and they're still not getting notifications about my stuff. That's dumb. Also, I have a TikTok. I did a poll on Twitter that said, who here has TikTok? And like 3 of them did, so that's dumb. But if you do, you can follow me there. It's the same thing. All I do is make jokes. I'm not going to be like updating you on Chris Chan or anything. It's just little skits and jokes. So thanks for watching. Before I go, remember, hydration. If you're wondering why the quality of video is better in this than all my others, it's because on my second monitor, I just have the color orange, so it's making my skin a natural color, so I'm not just the same pale white as the wall behind me. That's a pro tip for all you other YouTubers out there.